You southern scum, forsake your current liege and join the one true power, the HRE. We'll conquer the Pope. Hello and welcome to Mod Monday. We're going to take a look at a mod that's a little less controversial than last week's mod. So, you know, if you came here looking for an argument about that, I mean, good luck finding one. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at in-game chats, which is by Agamidae. We've looked at his previous mod because if you know Agamidae, a lot of workshop items. He also created the full screen barbershop mod that we looked at, which is one of the most popular mods for CK3 here on the workshop. If we take a look, it is right here in the most popular list. Pretty darn amazing. And this mod that we are looking at today, though, is still a work in progress. We actually find a bug in here. We do have Agamidae in the game while we're going over this, so he's telling us a little bit about it. He does not speak in voice, so we did not get him on the video, but he is typing in chat. You'll see him a few times. And this is an awesome mod. The link to it will be in the description box down below. Go check it out for yourself. We got it working with a number of players. When we did have a little issue and we went out of sync, we reloaded the game and it worked perfectly fine after that. So it was great. It was golden. Go check it out for yourselves. Why isn't this in the base game? I don't know, but I sure hope they added it in at some point. And until then, go play with Agamidae's in-game chat mod. It's amazing. It's not finished yet, but notice his description box tells us that it is a work in progress. And it tells you what you can do in it, and we did not find anything different when we were checking it out. So let's go take a look. And here we have it. I am in a multiplayer game with Garius the Brit and Radis Norvegicus, both Twitch Enigmas. And here is our chat down here at the bottom. We have new message. I can say, how are y'all? This is just sort of like a regular chat. How are y'all? Hello, hello, hello. And it shows our lovely characters. So you can be like, who am I talking to? Oh, Harold. There's Harold. He's up here. That is amazing and so simple. And, you know, you don't forget who is playing who. We can also come here and I can invite them to private chat, which is cool. But what I can also do is invite a player to a private room. Yes, that's what I want to do. But I can also send a letter. Let's write it to you scurvy Viking dog. There we go, you scurvy Viking dog. I demand your ultimate surrender to the great HRE. Bow before us, or your mother's fish bait. Send. And then we've also got Roger down here. Lovely little vassal. Or not a vassal. He's not a vassal. He's a vassal of Apula. Let's send a message to him. You southern scum. You southern scum, forsake your current liege and join the one true power, the HRE. We'll conquer the Pope. We'll conquer the Pope. Send! Excellent. Let's unpause at speed 1 and see how this goes. And our messages have been returned. Count Roger of Messenia says, oh, crowniest of emperors, I agree there should be only Roger in Italy. I would appreciate your support in making it me. So we could click send a reply. Currently, that is still bugged. Remember, this mod is a work in progress. If we click send a reply, and we go, boo, let's go. Send. It sends it to ourselves. So that is a little bit of a bug, but so just you can't hit send a reply. You have to send a new letter down below. We also have our letter from King Harold of Norway. No, I will not surrender and end this war. We want this land for strategic fishing purposes. So I could reply to both of them by going down here. Currently, the send a reply, as I said, is bugged, but as we saw here, he says it's a work in progress, and we've seen Agamidae's other mod work. I'm sure this will get polished. Let's go check out some of the other features. Alrighty, let's start a private chat with King Harold. Yes, invite me to your private room. How will that work? Let's see. New message. Is this private? I don't know. Let's see if they both say something back. Will they? here is private message. Ah! Here is the private. Here is the private. Here is the private chat. And look at this. Agamidae is joining us. He's going to take a look at the mod with us. So we'll chat with him in a moment. Name contains illegal characters. Well, that's an issue. Oh, there we go. No spaces at the end. So that's a slight little thing to think about. Awesome. And it shows here as being Heinrich's room. Here's the private chat. So I can reply. Does that work? I don't know, Rosebud. Do you not like that it's not working? Or is it working, but it's still a work in progress? Boo. So, there we go. Boo! Boo to you. So hopefully that works. We go chats. And yeah, there's the private chat. Excellent. And we come down here. Awesome. Oops, new message. I have to actually click here. You do have to click or it starts moving your map around because of WASD. But that is pretty nice. And we have a new member if we open up chat. Except I don't see him here. He hot joined in. He appears to not be in the list. Interesting. Even though Alfonso did type here. That's interesting. Okay, we did have a slight hiccup. Agamidae's game crashed because he was running Photoshop. But now he is here, and we can see he is actually in the list here as King Alfonso of Leon. So that works properly. And he hot joined in, and it totally worked. And what's cool is if I hover here over chat or new messages, it shows the messages, which is pretty cool. Also, the private chat is separate. You can flip between them. Let's see. I'll start a private chat with another player. Let's start one with, yes. We invited him to our private room. I know, Rosebud. It's exciting. Oh, so we only have the one private room. Leave out the dev time. Leave out the dev chat. Sorry, Agamidae. I had to. Alright, so we notice here that Agamidae has actually renamed himself in here while the rest of us are just players. So if we hit our F1 and we go up to our character sheet, right click, you can rename yourself. Rename yourself. There we go. We are now Heinrich Rose. There we go. I could put myself in parentheses, but why not? Why should I? He can have a pretty name of Rose. And it actually says hire Heinrich IV Rose of the Holy Roman Empire. So it renames your character, as well as renaming you in chat. Excellent to know. So that is something to keep in mind when using this lovely mod. So we're doing a quick test. Garius is leaving the game to rejoin as observer because Agame does not think that it will actually work for chat messages with observer because you need a character to be sending messages. But we're going to test it out and see what happens. So Gary is loaded in his observer mode and double checked. You cannot actually see chat. Like you see the buttons in observer mode, but they're grayed out. You can't see chat. You can't type in chat because you don't have a character. So a character is required to use chat. And, you know, you could use chat to have secret messages because currently, let's see, we have in our group here, I've got 3 people. How do I remove someone from my private group? That's a good question. I'm not seeing an easy way. I guess I can, oh, here we go. I kick player from the room. So kick you out. Oops. Kick. Yes. And kick you out. You're not in my private room anymore. You can also mute people. So let's go and mute. Well, actually, he's not in the game anymore. Interesting. So let's mute Norway. So now he's muted and I can't see anything he would type. Let me double check that. And the mute button works properly. I muted the lovely King Harold IV of Norway, also known as Radus Norvegicus. And I can't see what he typed, but Agamidae can see it. So if I unmute him, I can not see what he typed. It doesn't retroactively show it, which is interesting to know. And also apparently muting doesn't work in private chats, but you can just kick people back out of your private chats. Yeah, cool. Okay, we've done some performance testing here. We've been running at speed 3 for a couple years in game. And in location-wise, the players, Rasmus Norvegicus is in Norway, Garius the Brit is in, Britain, UK. Agamidae is in this area somewhere. And I'm over here in New York City-ish area. So, it's been pretty stable at 3 speed. We've only got 4 players. We'll have to test it some other time with a larger group, but this is going pretty well. It doesn't like speed 4 or speed 5, but you're honestly not going to play a multiplayer game with speed 4 or speed 5 because you can't pause. And if you're playing at speed 4 or speed 5, you really have to be able to pause. So it's staying pretty darn stable. And things work out pretty well. You can hide players, you can show players, you can mute players, which we found works. You can invite them to your room. Everyone has a private room, so you can totally invite people in. You can delete messages. So let's say you invited people into your room and you were saying secret things. You can then delete them if you don't want people to see it already more, which is a nice thing to do. Can you do that from the main chat? No, only in your private room can you do that. And again, you do need to have a player, but I think this is pretty good. All right, we're doing a little more stress testing on the mod, and we have another Enigma joining, Augustus, who is a Patreon Enigma, and we're running fine at speed 3. It's been several years again. All of us are in here. All of us are able to chat. Everyone says hello. Things are working well. The only thing with this mod is there's still, little quirks such as the reply button doesn't work, but Agamidae thinks that's an easy fix and he'll be able to get that updated soon. So, if you want to play multiplayer and you want chat, because we like Discord, we chat over Discord very easily, but sometimes it's nice to be able to have another, it's nice to be able to have another way of chatting. Plus, the letter feature is quite awesome. Oops, if I can actually click the correct button. Being able to send a letter, that's just so aesthetically pleasing. And it just fits in. You can totally role play it out with these letters, which is great. I love it. All right, so we're testing it. We had a new player come in, and we did get an out of sync due to random count living characters, which has to do how Agamidae has made this mod work. So we're going to continue without these players, and everyone's going to try and hot join in, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to let it run for a moment, pause it, and we'll see about getting everyone else back in here. All right, so we got it out of sync again. So we're going to try and, let me actually save the game. And then we're going to try and reload it and see if that works. It's probably the mod. Again, the mod is a work in progress, but knowing Agamidae's previous work with mods, I am sure it will be up to snuff. And we're here. Quick shout out and thank you to Brosmeister Augustus, Agamidae, also known as Long Game Short, and Garius the Brit. We are going to hit start and see if we get out of sync again now that we've reloaded. Again, the mod is a work in progress. And we're hitting play. Let's see. We seem to have no out of sync. Isn't that awesome? And Rosebud pulled my earbuds out of my ear because that's what babies do, even when they're sleeping in their carrier on their chest. Seems to be running smooth, so just a rehost. Got it going well. Good. Very good. Glad that seems to have fixed it. All right. Jumping back in real quick because we just discovered before we finished shutting this down and whatnot, we were just chatting, that you can click, hello, yes, King of Munster. We can click on him, right click, and I can send a letter from here very easily. Run! It's the cats! Don't ask. Don't ask. You don't want to know about the cat. You don't. But you don't have to come in here and click. You can totally just pick someone from your outliner here and send them a letter that way, which is pretty cool. I'm quite happy with it. Hopefully this is not as controversial as last week's mod. And yeah, long game has left. Agamidae has left. We are done testing, and I will see y'all later in the next video. This has been Mod Monday. I know it's coming a little bit late on Monday, because I'm recording this on Monday, because that's the time slot I could do to be able to record this with other people and test it out properly. But I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you next Monday for more mod talk with CK3. Bye, guys.